the Parliament of Ghana, the 8th Parliament, on 20th December, with Second Deputy Speaker, Honorable Esiama presiding. We are on the controversial bill or animal called the e-levy, and we sincerely believe that its introduction today and the attempt and determination by the new Patriotic Party government of President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, even to introduce and want to proceed on the bill, is one demonstration once again that they are insensitive to the plight of the suffering Ghanaian, insensitive to public opinion, insensitive to legitimate concerns raised by the need to protect our digital economy and to consult more. Some 1.5 decades ago, when the NDC was in government and had to introduce VAT, and they even resorted to public actions, including demonstrations of Kumi Preku, the bill was withdrawn out of respect to the Ghanaian people because they protested, and the opposition at the time led the protests. We have been ignored, and not just ignored. Some 48 hours ago, President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and the majority leader had the guts at their conference in Kumasi yesterday to say that there is a majority party. Whether their arithmetic was lost or not, I leave it to your judgment. What I do know is 137 MPP, 137 NDC. That is what defines the parliamentary parties of registered political parties in Ghana which participated in the 2020 elections. President Akufo-Addo boasted that he has the majority. I'm challenging him to come and conjure that majority on this floor of parliament. Yeah. It's 137, 137. Visibly lost in the chamber is one of their members of parliament, probably female. It's early yet to mention the name. But at least from morning up to this hour, that person is not present. And those of you who are familiar with Article 104.3 of the Constitution, if we are to proceed on voting, it will be 137, 137, and the vote will be lost. Yeah. And the killer e-levy would have been outrightly rejected by the Parliament of Ghana on the basis of the provisions of Article 104.3 that they relied upon few days ago. You saw the Second Deputy Speaker, without any shame, when he was asked to put a question, when our whip, the Honorable Muntaka, earlier led by the Honorable Mahama Ayarga, raised the matter of procedure, citing Article 106 and appropriate standing orders. Today, is it not interesting for you to have observed what Deputy Majority Leader Afenya Makin said? He who seeks equity must do equity. He's forgotten that at the last count, he asked for a division. Today, Honorable Muntaka cannot even ask for a division. Which democracy, which parliamentary democracy that respects the values of decency and honesty that he relied upon a few days ago, few weeks ago, today it cannot be relied upon because it defeats his purpose. It defeats his bill. We remain resolute and determined to fight e-levy, the full cost of it. We are in it for the long haul. It is no longer a matter to be discussed anywhere. We are not for it, and we would not be for it. I've heard persons quote me, even without going to the minimum of what I suggested. When we said the threshold of it should be re-examined, it was to serve a purpose. There is a core poor in Ghana. The core poor in Ghana, when you start from 100 Ghana, it's only by definition of Minister for Communication that persons earning 100 Ghana are rich people in Ghana, and that they are able. But by the UN poverty standard, you must earn a certain level of dollar a day and in a month to go beyond the poverty line. We are ready to debate them, but you have seen what has happened. They simply have run away from defeat, staring them at their faces, with President Nana Addo Dankwa and Majority Leader unable to conjure their so-called majority group. The Ghanaian people decided 137, arguably for a good reason, that there must be deeper consultation and consensus in the way we govern this country. And on a major tax policy such as e-levy, that the people of Ghana have raised their fundamental objection to it, we only could respect them by withdrawing it. So let me reiterate my call that they should withdraw the e-levy bill for further consultation with the Ghanaian people, especially the stakeholders. When we begin the debate, we will expose them the more for you. When you read the report yet to be read, go through the report. You have seen them say that Vodafone and Airtel, how come they didn't mention? They said MTN and Airtel have agreed to reduce it by 0.25%. How come they didn't mention Vodafone? How come they didn't mention the other telecos? And mention only two. And those of you who would be misled by them, their grand deception will fail. I have the technical competence in the telecom sector and in the communication sector. What the telecos are charging is on fees, not transactions. Not transactions, on fees. Therefore, don't go and deceive them that lower your fee charges by 0.25%, and that operates as what you have introduced at 1.75%. The 1.75% is on transactions, not fees. MTN does not charge on transactions. Tigo does not charge on transactions. No teleco charges on transactions. They have what we call P2P, person to person. If you send 5,000, they took 1% of 10 cedi on that amount, not the transaction. And for those of you who don't understand the sector, just take a minute and get educated. Your auntie is in New York or London. She decides to send you $200. That operates as 1,200 Ghana cedis. You have given 800,000 of that Ghana cedis to him. He has given 800 to him. He has given 400 to her. She has given 200 to her. That money will be charged from 1,200 to 800 to 600 to 400. That is multiplicity and duplication. Nothing more. This is what we are saying. They should come and we'll educate them on what to do properly. Let anybody give me a superior argument. So your 1,200 becomes 1,800. Yet it is charged at every other level. From the 800 you remitted, 1.7%, 600, 1.75%, 400, 1.75%, 200, 1.75%. So when we were arguing earlier, the telecos charge 1% on fees, not transactions. Let nobody deceive the people of Ghana that they understand the telecom sector better than we do. So what they have done, I will lead the debate on the floor, is only to make one or two of the telecom companies richer. Because from fees, they will just move on to what? Transactions. And no longer even declare that to the state. After all, they had difficulty even charging the fees. That is why they limited it to threshold. 5,000 to 10,000. Below a certain number, there was no charge. That is why I say that technically this bill is incompetent, and therefore they must consult well. So those of you who didn't understand some of the things we said in the past, simply, so today, or the minority, we have to coin a song, runaway majority. So the runaway majority is down. God bless.
Thank you very much.